Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SketchCraft Live. Copic Color Guide, Snake Eyes. Joining me today is Brandon Lead Heavy James.
Hello.
Hopefully, Brandon doesn't just blow out your fucking eardrums. I had to adjust his volume a little bit, so if he's way too loud, then blame Brandon.
Turn your.
You there?
Yeah, I hit the. I'm
Yeah.
fat. I'm fat, and I went to sit up in my chair. My fat gut
You
hit the
said turn
mute
it
button.
down, and you turned off your own shit. What's the good timing with that, right? You turned your own shit off. It's the best. So today I'm going to be doing a color guide for Snake Eyes where I test out how to color this. Now, he's like one color. So you're probably wondering, Rob, why are you even doing this? And the answer for that is the last time I colored a character who was dressed in black was Vader, and I never wrote the colors down. And I'm uncertain if I want to go cool or warm or how exactly I want to do it. So I kind of have my Darth Maul that I made some guides for, but I went really purpley with him on that, so I don't know. Thought I'd practice. I also want to try a version where I mix in some of the putties and see what that turns out like, because I haven't used putty in a while. I'm missing that color. So, you there?
I'm here.
And feel free to talk.
I'm just. You were talking about the colors. I didn't want to cut you off and be like,
Mm-hmm.
la, la, la.
Mm-hmm. So let me
Just
grab.
just fill in the whole thing with black, and then just white highlight everything.
Right. Just eliminate all the detail that I did.
All the detail. Just fill it in all
So
black.
like, there's your fucking colors, right? Like,
There you go. Just Shift F5 this thing, and let's get it done.
see, now you know that key command, right?
I do.
Because of who? Right.
Anybody but Rob.
Right. So I'm gonna try a warm version first on some of this.
That's pretty cool of you.
Don't make jokes, Brandon. All right, you're not good with that.
I
You're
made
good
it.
at being you're good at being funny in like kind of a Chris Farley way.
I made it corny on purpose. That was the.
Yeah, just tell everyone you meant to do that.
I
Work
did.
for
That's why
Bobcat Goldthwait as well, right?
you're so. That's so dated.
Right. His really bad Sam Kinison impersonation. I miss the old Kinison Goldthwait feuds.
So Rob, what do you think of the new Joker look?
What do I think of the new Joker? I think when you first look at it, you'll either love it or hate it. I think when you look at the picture of the Nicholson Ledger and him together, and you put gangster and anarchist and psychopath next to one another, it starts to make a lot more sense. I think in the context of the story, this is a Joker that's already murdered Robin and has been in jail for a while, and Batman, took out his vengeance upon his face. I mean, you kind of see where his teeth were cracked if you look at the way the
Right.
caps fit. They're actually ragged in the front too. So this is, I mean, look, there are worse Jokers, dude. If people hate it, that's what I'm like. I personally can't stand to look at the Leatherface Joker. Like I can't
Yeah,
bring
that's.
myself to look at that. Like I can't even look at it, dude.
I hated the whole hooks around his head, holding skin
Yeah,
on,
I
and
don't, I don't, I don't like it. You know what I mean? It just that ain't joke. They could have made a whole new villain. You know what I mean? They didn't even need to be Joker. You know. So, um, it could have been like the Asbats version of Joker, like the villain to replace. You know what I mean? Like
uh,
instead of extreme heroes, now we have extreme villains.
right.
Replacements. See, it's too brown. At some point, I'm gonna have to go with the cool color. So me personally, I still I still say, you need to see a performance and you need to see how the person is in the world because I don't believe superhero movies are made or broken upon the costumes. I'm going to give you some examples. So right now it's like, show me the shoot, show me the shoot, show me the shoot, show me the suit. Every time some new superhero thing comes out, show me the suit. And if you look at like Daredevil, that show was coming out, all you saw was the Black Ninja outfit. And it was like, oh, we've already seen that, the 80s Hulk TV movie. We want the red suit, show me the suit, show me the suit. And I stand to say that by the time the suit came out, people were like, looks cool, but the Black Ninja outfit was, was actually kind of better in a way.
Right.
Like, not to say it's bad. I mean, it's just that, what he was able to do in that outfit, I don't know if he could do in that, armor thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. So, but on the inverse, if you remember a movie called The Shadow that came out in like the 90s, uh, that was a spitting image of the Shadow. It was the art direction on that movie was great. It fit right in with the Burton Batman films, and he looked fantastic. And that movie fucking sucked. So, like, a suit, and a costume does not make, you know. So, I think definitely that if you put him next to Affleck's Batman, like, it's formidable. You know what I mean? They complement.
Yeah.
If you put Nicholson next to Affleck's Batman, I don't. That's not. I mean, you know
It's
what I
like
mean?
it's like a
It's just.
cartoon
It's
next to.
cruel. It's cruel. It's just gonna be bad. Bad. I used to have this joke when I was working on Monstrades, because Kevin would constantly create these villains. He'd go, okay, it's like he's gonna fight these giant monkeys, and I'm like, Kevin, I can't have the monsters beating up some. I'm like, can I give the gorillas some cybernetic implants? He's like, no, 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 no. Only the monsters have that. I'm like, so it's just some big gorillas. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you don't see a problem with just them like beating the shit out of some monkeys? Like, I mean, it's like Transformers. Metal would smash flesh, dude.
Right.
You know, like they'll just obliterate these things. Like, and then Kevin, I would tell him because he's black. I'm like, maybe our heroes beating up a bunch of monkeys is not, maybe that's not, something we want, like, to entertain, perhaps. So they just seem overpowered. Like we need to give them some villains that can. That's when he went and created these other monsters for the actual series that would have magic. Okay, now magic fighting technology, I get.
Mhm.
So it was like an uncomfortable conversation for me to have. So I like the way that's going.
I mean, people liked Jim Lee's All Star Joker, where he's got the big ass.
See, I don't
What was
like
it
Jim Lee's Joker. That's the one thing about that series I don't like. Like his Joker looked weird to me.
with the? He had a very.
With the big long chin and shit, dude.
Well, that
The
and
thin
his.
nose.
It reminded me of Clockwork Orange for some reason, like with the suspenders, the whole.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, look, I like Jim Lee's renderings a lot. That particular rendering of the Joker, I just didn't. It didn't work for me. I don't
I,
know.
I just meant the tattoos and the punkish criminal look.
Yeah, he had like a dragon tattoo, and he was sleeping with that chick in that issue, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not against all that. If it were me, I'd go right to the. See, what I like is that leaked pic. You kind of see where he's wearing the white suit. Him
Uh-huh.
in that. See, for me, the Joker like should always be wearing that outfit from Poltergeist 2. That guy with the big fucking teeth. Carol Ann, you ever seen Poltergeist 2?
A long time ago.
He had like the fucking tombstone outfit. You know what I mean? Those little like mortician, like old west mortician kind of like
Yeah.
look to it. Yeah.
With the big black
Yeah, yeah, but
collar.
his in this case it's white, like in the Dark Knight Returns.
Right.
So that's cool. So if he's got all those tattoos underneath, I'm cool with that. I don't.
Yeah. And the only one I didn't like was just the one on the forehead that said damaged. I don't know why. I just
A lot of people don't like it, but if you don't see it, if he's wearing a hat or if he's got his makeup over it or some shit, then you just don't know. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I won't
Plus,
know
dude,
until
it's fucking. He can take the Waller could just remove all of his tattoos. You know what I mean? Like Like you don't know what that could just be how he looks in the beginning of the movie, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, live in a universe where guys could get or they fly, you know what I mean? I don't think they're committed to tattoos.
Um, so that picture that was posted by the
Hmm.
Suicide director, that's still though how he probably will look for the Batman vs Superman.
He's not in that movie.
You
Joker's not
sure?
in Batman Superman.
At
Yeah, I'm
all?
positive. No, no, he's not. This Suicide Squad takes place before it. No,
But
Joker's
it
not in the movie.
but doesn't it come out like six or 8 months after Batman
Yeah,
Superman?
but it takes place before.
Oh, okay. See, I thought he was gonna be in the.
No, no. The word is there's a good chance Affleck will have a cameo in Suicide Squad. But no, Joker's not in the movie. The villain's gonna be Luthor, dude, and possibly Doomsday.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. It was throwing me off because I was like,
No, but they're
well,
building the universe is shared, so the point is for the future. You know what I mean? I know because you're like, but the Joker was in Dark Knight Returns. Well, there that's where the that storyline is a branching off point. You know,
gotcha.
in the same way it was for the Dark Knight Rises. It's tough with getting shades of black. I don't think in value. I think in color. So it's kind of tough for me. Hmm. Should I do a separate tone for the pads? That's a good question. Maybe more purpley? 3C5 BVO4. So maybe and that's why they made the Suicide Squad movie, if you want my opinion. To get that character out. Because it would be a long time. Eh, I don't like that. Characters dressed in black. Look great cell shaded. Pain in the ass with Copics. I should just up the saturation. Just. See, he has light gray pads though. Looking at this reference. So this should be more darker and these should be probably just C3 and C5.
So this isn't your final one. This is your.
This is my guide. I'm just
Gotcha.
trying things out. Did you not listen to the whole Copic color guide where I try
No.
colors out and why I'm doing it?
Nope.
You were here for that, right?
Nope.
Dude, that's just further proves you don't fucking listen to anything I say. Hey,
What?
do you remember that we did this whole game cave development thing where I went over the motherload? Like, did you?
I told you I'm tired. It's been a long day.
I don't care if you're fucking tired. Wake up. Do a push up.
Mm,
Do one fucking push up, bro. You'll wake up.
is there sugar in push-ups?
Yeah. Yeah. Natural body will release glucose, dude. You'll get the rush.
I
You'll
want to
have the
eat it.
energy.
I want to
It's healthy,
eat the
dude.
sugar.
Huh? Don't you want, I mean, come on, dude. You're gonna be one of those fat bouncer guys who just thinks he's tough because he's fat. Like, hmm. So getting there. You should get your girl in shape big time, and then she can go as Little Mac and you can go as King Hippo. That would be awesome. Now that was a mean thing for me to say, but I think you could pull it off. Like, plus I'm a huge fan of King Hippo. That wasn't a joke. I really am.
Yep.
See, you got nothing to say. You're like, yeah, asshole. Someone was like, I was watching Daredevil, I'm like, that guy looks like Brandon. I'm like, yeah, psychopathic big dude. There you go. I was like, the funny thing is, Brandon sees himself as Daredevil. I'm like, and they even looked at me. I was like, well, you know, he was once,
Oh, it's a long time ago.
right? Yeah.
Don't stop believing.
Oh, stop. Like, just give up. Quit while you're ahead. So, like I said, you'll also notice I didn't tint the lines on this one because since he's going to be black, there's no point. There's just no point. Waste.
Um, I have no idea who's directing the Suicide Squad.
David Ayer.
Is what else has he directed? I
He
never
just
heard
did
the
Fury
Fury. That's right.
tank movie. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. I have a copy of it. I just haven't got around to watching it yet.
He's
I
cool,
remember.
man. You know, he needs some better scripts. You know, but he can direct.
So you'll think he'll do a good job.
Yeah, yeah, it'll look good too.
I
Yeah.
remember when I saw the trailer for Fury. I liked the look of it, like the tones and
Yeah.
the grittiness of everything. So that's good.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do for the pads. Question is I don't think the darks on his legs are gonna have enough contrast unless I go really dark. It's fucking annoying.
So they already have a script for that. Oh yeah, they're already shooting. Never mind. I'm I still was a little caught up on the whole fucking Joker's not in the Batman movie, so that's what threw me off again.
Why did you think he's in the movie?
Um, just because of the Dark Knight thing, just because of the all the the Frank Miller stuff. So just I thought that he was in the movie. Batman goes over the line with him or something publicly,
No, he already did that. That had already happened, in my
right?
opinion. You know.
But that this is what I'm thinking that when I thought Joker was in the movie, that he maybe went over the line, made an example, didn't kill him, but then like the president, government, whoever was like, hey, you
No,
got to
why would
stop
they?
this.
Why would they care if a vigilante? Oh no, no, no! For Batman to get involved, for Superman and the government to get involved with Batman on a global political level,
Mhm.
it's got to be more than the Joker. The Joker, that's street level shit. This has to do with him, and not trusting Superman. You know what I mean? Like this alien and this whole thing. Him picking a personal fight.
And then they become best friends and hang out on the weekends.
See, fudge. I don't have a C9. I have a fucking black 100. And that's what scares me. I'm gonna let it dry for a second. I'll top this fucker off. See, dude, color with blacks is tough with Copics because they get seriously sticky. Like they'll get everywhere. But you minute you start using black,
It's
mm,
like tar.
yeah, it's like tar.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm afraid I'm gonna lose everything I drew.
Right.
So um, I have a blue solution I might be able to add into that. So I can go with the warm. And this is the whole reason why I do this guide stuff, 'cause I can practice a little bit before I start. You don't want to do this shit. You want to practice this shit before you. You imagine? Oh, I fucked that up. Oh well, guess I'm just not good enough. That's It's a problem with these speed videos and shit. People think you do everything right the first time, and you did it super fast. It's like, no,
Right.
I went and practiced for an hour. Kind of worked out what I wanted to do. You can do that? Yeah, no, really, you can do that. It's not cheating. Like, you actually, people don't just start filming the movie. Like they go and, I don't know, man. So I'll have to do something like that, plus the white highlights.
That's cool. I like the
It's
left
a,
leg.
yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out. So this will be lighter. And then I'm using a warm gray on top of the cool. But it's not 100 yet. It's still W10,
hmm
which
Yeah.
adds a nice contrast to the pads.
Yeah. I was gonna say that in like the pants, the creases things seem to pop more compared to the other leg.
Yeah, you need the darker. So I think that's gonna be the way to go. So let's put this shit down. So first of all, I like to put this in order. So C5, C3, C7, W10. And I actually have to write that down. So C5, C3, C7, W10. And then this is C3, C5, and BV00. 0, 0, 0. All right. And now his blades. You know, I already did a sword. And I have the codes for that. That's why I keep these fucking guides. Come here, stupid cord. Where is it?
Oh man, I still can't get over the hate for this Batman vs Superman movie. I'm like I'm like you get to see Batman fighting Superman. Like you don't have to wait 5, 6, 7, 8 movies like Marvel for the Civil War. There's been the Superman movie. This I'm so pumped up for it, and it's gonna be so good.
Well, you know, the internet's a funny place, you know? Like, you get the whole, you go out there, you say you're going to do something, and then you get an immediate reaction. People don't, it's like when I was a kid, when I first saw The Dark Knight Returns, I saw that picture of Superman fighting Batman, the silhouettes on book 4.
Mhm.
I remember looking at it, because I didn't know anything about it. And I was like, dude, Superman would kill Batman in like 3 seconds. But that made it interesting to me. I'm like, what the hell happens? You know what I mean? Like, I had to
Right.
read this. So I'm like, this is different. You know what I mean? Like, let's check this stuff out. And then I'd read it and I go, wow, you know, Superman working for the government. I'd never seen him like in that light. I don't know if that's how I would think, but it opened up some form of critical discussion. You know what I mean? Like that. I just think that, you know, that
I like
there's
that
a
it poses.
groupthink mentality to superheroes that if you think I don't think it's out of character. Like to me, out of character is when I'm watching Spider-Man movie and now he's doing emo dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, come on now. You know what I mean? Like that's not remotely right. You know? You were saying?
Oh, I was saying like with Superman, working for the government. It's like, well, why not? I mean, he's a powerful being that can change any kind of war, and he's born in America, so he has an allegiance to America. So why not? If the president asks him, he could just be like a normal person and be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I will work for you, president. I mean, people.
Well, I try to think that, think about this. A guy shows up, he has superpowers, and he's spending all of his time stopping bank robbers in downtown Phoenix. You know what I mean? Would you be like, dude, Iraq, like go solve this
Right.
shit, Like, no, 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 hold on. Here you go. Here's your kitten,
Yeah.
and people be
Thanks
like,
for saving my
fucking,
cat.
you imagine people, this guy's a fucking dick. Like, he could do all this shit and, like, I mean, he'd get involved. And by the way, it would be a quagmire. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like he almost needs super cosmic villains to take him off the saving the world shit. You know what I mean? Like, I could save the world, but I can't save humans from themselves. You know?
Uh huh.
Like if he's busy helping people, like what are you supposed to do? Do it in Argentina and topple their government? Like what's Superman really supposed to do? Is he supposed to be like FEMA? So when there's a flood, he can go stop the flood from happening. Like what would be his actual role?
Yeah.
And people just don't think about that. They just go, well, I just want him in Metropolis flying around saving people. I'm like that a movie that does not make.
Yeah.
Like and if you want proof of it, I mean, shit, dude, go watch the Lois and Clark TV show. You know,
Try to.
you know, it's like Superman
Well,
isn't. It's not like the Flash. You know what I mean? You got a guy who could fly around the world pretty quickly, dude. It's like, and he's got super strength, all this stuff. It's like, well, you got to put him up against something. So Obviously, Batman is and Luthor are thinking for him, the thinking antagonists.
Right.
With Luthor being the more conniving, obviously.
Well, that's why I always liked Doctor Manhattan and Watchmen. It's like he knows he's above it all, and to him, it's just meaningless. The things that goes on in their simple lives, where he just he's past it,
Yeah,
which
but
I
people
would.
don't want to see that movie. I'm all for it. I agree with you. I'm like, well, that's what I mean. Alan Moore knew that. That's why he
Yeah.
wrote the shit. Say, look, if you get to a point, you just be like,
I'm,
I'm just gonna go make my own planets
right.
now.
I'm done with this shit. I'm out.
Yeah, who needs this?
Right.
You can't stop them. They all want to blow themselves up with nuclear weapons. I can't stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
The more you try to stop it, the more they want to do it.
And then the more you try to stop them, you got one side hating you, one side loving you.
I mean, movies need conflict. So what's the conflict supposed to be? We live in. That's why I always say, look, if you really want that sort of simplistic vision, just set the movie in the 30s. People will believe it. But look at The Winter Soldier. If The Winter Soldier was the first Captain America movie, everyone would have shit on it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They did the 30s version smartly to their credit first. So they got this, rowing, you know, pulp, adventure. But I guarantee you, if the Winter Soldier was the first thing they did, people would be like, I want my fucking 1930s cap. You know?
Right.
He's Doug. Why is Cap got brown boxing gloves on? He's not wearing red gloves. Why is he wearing brawler gloves? Well, I don't have the stripes. Like any of that shit really matters. I don't know if that's what I want to do with the sword. I hate coloring swords with Copics. I won't lie. Yeah, that's definitely not it. Try this again. So let the internet complain all it wants, because you know what, the internet loved the fucking Spider-Man 2 costume, and look what that movie turned out to be. So I don't give a shit when the internet starts judging a movie based off its production stills and its costume design. I just don't care. It helps. It helps to get excited,
Right.
but it really comes down to the script and it comes down to the performances. I read the Daredevil script before the movie came out, and it read fine. But then the movie got made, and I'm like, what the? So not. I mean, it's there. I'm definitely seeing what I read, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there were moments where it was there, like when he's talking to Foggy in that diner, and when he lived in his water coffin.
I really just switched to the Daredevil thing. I really like the way they handled the radar sense, his hearing, his all that stuff. My favorite part of the whole series was when he walks into that Russian safe house to rescue the kid, and he just kind of puts his hand against the door, and he just gets a sense of what's going on in the room, and then he goes in and rages. But just that slight shaking and noise without too much of it, and then I don't know, the way they handled that was really cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Drew Goddard wrote that, and it looks like he might end up directing Spider-Man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, he left to go do that Sinister Six movie, which is not getting made, but I hear he's still in that department, and I can imagine, I mean, he's the guy I'd put in charge of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He gets it.
He'll definitely make some cool fighting scenes with Spider-Man and jumping and kicking and
Well, he
bouncing off
also
the
worked on
wall.
Buffy, so he gets the humor aspect.
Uh,
Like he's part of Josh's crew. Worked on Buffy and stuff.
so he could balance
Yeah,
seriousness with drama. Or I mean,
yeah,
with comedy.
yeah. They gotta nail the humor down with Peter.
Right.
Yeah, I hate that. I still gotta
Now,
figure that
I don't
out.
know if I heard this from you or I read it somewhere, but are they skipping the origin in the Spider-Man
Yes.
movie?
Yeah, he already exists. Right now, he's in New York during Daredevil. Right now, in the Marvel Universe, there's a kid running around in a homemade Spider-Man outfit. He's already
Nice.
Peter Parker. Yeah. He's like,
Okay,
we just
cool.
don't. And that's straight out of Kevin Feige's mouth. He's like, look, right now, there's a kid running around in a homemade Spider-Man. We just haven't met him yet. But yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I'm sure they'll have flashbacks or something, but
You could do it during the opening sequence. You didn't have to see him become the Hulk in the opening of the Hulk movie, right?
right.
So we all know. We get it. To retread that would just be a colossal waste of fucking effort. Yeah, we know this. All right, let me try something else because I don't like that at all. I'll just find something else to do it with over here. So B95. And C3. See, I'm on the right track. I just don't understand. What is it I'm doing wrong? So I can practice, right? Just I can just draw a fucking little sword. Yay! I can draw. So oh, I know why, because that fucking thing's dying. That doesn't help. I can hear that.
I know you can. I hit it on accident. Was it on purpose?
Yeah, well, careful with that stuff because I can get
I
my
know.
shit DMCA'd. I don't need that trouble.
I was taking my phone off the charger and hit Facebook and went to a video I was
Yeah,
watching
the
earlier.
Nokia gives me a fucking. Even like cell phone ringtones can get shit. DMCA'd, bro. You know, I think it's ridiculous, but it's how it is. think that idea will get me there better. Um, 0, 0. Well, that is definitely not something I should do. I should have made multiple blades, copy and pasted the sword.
So I just read something very contradictory on Facebook from like friend, a girl that thinks she's an artist, but she's not. She goes, I wish I was a better artist. I have no patience to sit and draw. It's so frustrating because I can't execute what I'm wanting properly. So she wishes she was a better artist, but she won't sit and take the time to try to get better. It's like, I feel like, is she acknowledging that she won't do that, or she thinks there's an easy fix to be a great artist?
I wish I was just born with talent so I didn't have to try.
I wish I was 6'8" and in the NBA so I could just make millions of dollars.
Yeah. Hey, man. The world's full of people who wish they could just be given access to instant talent, you know? That's what I was saying. At some point, you gotta fucking apply yourself. An opinion don't mean shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, great, you got an opinion. Congratulations.
Wow, $200.
Mm,
Not getting that.
that's not gonna happen.
I was looking at the. You seen the DC collectibles black and white statues, right?
Sure.
Like they got like a Jay Lee one, a Greg Capullo one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I was looking at the Frank Miller one, the second edition, and I was like, man, I really like it. And they're all going for like 170, 200.
Yep.
I'm just like, fuck, I don't like it that much.
Statues always look better over the internet to me. I can't have the dramatic lighting and shit set up for those things get. You know what I mean? You get it. It's just like some ratty toy in a fucking box. Looks so much cooler on the site.
Well, that's why I never like. I have some nice ones like from the wife's got me a couple from Sideshow and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
we don't go crazy. It's just if we find one at a con that's like on sale, way on sale, it's like, yeah, we'll pick it up. But I mean, you'll see. I mean, you'll be here,
Don't remind me.
dude.
Your
When you
den of horrors.
oh, my apartment is so nice. You're gonna
It's
be
just gonna
like,
be the shrine with all my shit on there. It's gonna be
I'm not gonna put up any of your shit until you leave.
very disconcerting. Yeah, there's like an actual dummy of me with my picture taped to its fucking
Last time I was there, why do you think I
drawing.
had the scissors in my hand? I took some of your hair, bro.
Right.
I took some of
Yeah.
your hair.
It's
I
got my
stole
toenails taped down on it.
your
Yeah,
coffee
right.
mug.
My last coffee mug is in my hand.
Yeah. Erasers. So I could harness some of the talent. I took some of your erasers and
Oh, so you could eat a little bit every night and
right,
ingest
yeah,
the soul of my
exactly.
art, right?
That's why I'm not doing a push up. I'm eating your eraser right now. So,
It's
anyways,
all funny until it happens. Like
no,
it's all humorous
wait
until
wait till you see like this is the only good thing that came from this whole job thing with it's we have a really nice apartment now. Like we lived in it. I mean, you knew how bad my shithole place was from me telling you before, and I just told Jessica, I'm like, listen, we're gonna be broke either way. I mean, not broke, but you know what I mean. We're not rich, but I'm like, if we're gonna pay for a place, I want something really nice. So this place we live in now, it's really nice. We got granite top, marble tops. We got all new appliances. It's got a Roman bathtub. You know, big. It's got hardwood floors, big spacious ceilings. Everything's nice and new. But it's a nice apartment. So I'm actually. It's nice to tell people, yeah, you can come over, and you don't have to worry about your car getting broken into or. So I'm happy like when you're like, hey, I'll come down, and we just I'm like, all right, cool. I actually have a place that I'm proud of compared to that last place. How bad that was. And, I mean that
Roof is
I was gonna die at that last place. Die or kill someone, either or. Like we have a giant walk-in closet that we only use half of.
Alright, so I think this is gonna have to be incredibly simple.
And a Rob shrine.
So C3, C5.
Ooh, I had a good question for you, Rob. Let me know when you're ready.
What?
Do you think Avatar could have worked with any other director?
No.
Do you think Avatar 2 could work with any other director?
No. It's first off, like I just think it's name one other guy that would have hooked up the Abyss. Jim Cameron's an anomaly, bro. Like, since I was a kid, I was like, they're just, you know, he has a balance between humor, corny, awesome, hardcore, geeky science shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a product of his personality. You know, so he's one part scientist, one part, you know, you know, geek. You know what I mean? Like he gets into the guns and the science fiction, the tech, and everything else, and you know, but he's also like he grew up. His mother was an artist. His father was an engineer. So think about that. How many directors have you heard of take their vast fortunes and build submarines and go down and explore the vast oceans?
All right.
You know what I mean? Not just once, just keep doing it. That's what they do. That's what I do now. Is I do this and then I go. You
No, I mean I'm not
no one
questioning
else
the
can.
talent.
Could someone make it a movie in which blue people and they go, yeah, they can make it, but what would be the point? Like
Right. I mean Terminator 2 was just
I think what kills me the most about people complaining about Avatar is that for the longest time it's been like, oh, I wish we got a movie that was an original property. Then they go, oh, this is an original. I've seen this before. I'm like, meanwhile, every show on TV is like CSI and Law and Order and 800 fucking medical dramas. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like,
yeah.
huh,
James
right.
Cameron is directing Battle Angel.
No, he's been writing this. He's had that in development for the better part of 20 years, and he still owns the rights to it, and he has continual script development. Whether he'll actually ever do it or not, he always says he wants to, but you know,
That'd be cool.
everyone wants to see it, but
That'd be cool.
you know, he's got to do what he's got to do first. So
Um, who's directing the Ghost in the Shell movie? The
it's over
one
at Sony. I don't know. You know.
Scarlett Johansson's playing her, right?
Yeah, if you really want to see Ghost in the Shell, just go watch the first Matrix film. They already made that movie. It's called The Matrix.
What's a okay? So since you're comparing the two, what would be, if there is any, a live action comparison to Akira?
Akira, I'd say somewhere between Chronicle and The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Chronicle. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, minus the supernatural power, there's a lot of Akira in The Dark Knight Rises. A lot. Look at the gun he has. Look at how it's designed. He's on the motorcycle.
Right.
Look at when Lucius takes that chick into the underground area. Look, it's the same ramp that goes down, and then they
Uh-huh.
got the Akira underneath the city, right? This mega weapon. Like it's in the same configuration as Akira's chamber. There's a lot of Akira symbology in that film. Look at how it's set up with the general at the end, right? Where the city's ravaged, right?
Uh-huh.
Like it's not to the extent that they do in Akira, but there's a lot of Akira in The Dark Knight Rises.
I didn't see it till you pointed out. And then like I'm looking
Really?
at the gun, I'm looking at the bike, and then
Right.
just
And
all
think
the
about the flow of the movie. You
yeah.
know, if you've ever read the manga, then he's got these,
Even like thinking about him sliding on his bike and the
yeah. There's a lot of it in there. So, but yeah, I mean, Chronicle's probably the closest just in terms of narrative and yeah. Chronicle's a lot of, I mean, that's why when that Max Landis dude goes up on Twitter and starts talking trash about this movie and that movie, I'm like, fucking, all you did was knock off Akira.
he
Don't,
I went
don't.
to when I went to the me and Jessica went to that Morrison Con thing, right? And we went to watch a panel for Walkman because or Walkman the fuck's the
The
guy
Walking Dead.
the Walking Dead guy. What's the writer?
Kirkman.
Kirkman, yeah. So we went to go see a panel of his because Jessica really likes the books. She really likes the books more than the shows. And the Max Landis guy was there from his leftover of his Chronicles talking, and he was such a just a he was a douche.
I don't
He
like him.
really he
Yeah, I
really
don't like him.
he was just he kept talking about bullshit and he kept making inside jokes that nobody knew what he was talking about. Everybody was quiet as shit. You know, he's up there laughing and shit, and we're like,
Yeah, he's the smartest guy. He knows.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I don't like him.
And I mean, cool, dude, you made it. You know, you made a movie that kicked ass, but
So what?
yeah, it's just I don't know. It was just
Go make another one.
Jessica was pissed. She's like, you know, I just wanted to hear Kirkman. But then later she got to meet him solo at the end of the thing. He was just walking around and she was,
Been
hey,
trying to watch The Walking Dead. I started with the first episode. I got about halfway through it. I'm like, I just don't fucking like this. I was talking to my boss at it at work because he loves the show, and I said maybe I'll just try it in black and white. So I took my TV, I turned the sharpness all the way down to blurry. I adjusted the black and white so the temperature was right, set it to like a warm hue, so it had that 50s kind of quality, offset the lighting. So and then I watched and I'm like, all right. And then they ate the horse. And I can't do it, dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't get anything out of this. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not against violence, dude. I just don't get the point of it. Like
it's got its moments.
I don't get it, bro. And by the way, there's no giant hole on the bottom of a fucking tank. So you know. There's a plate for water to drain out the size
Mhm.
of your fist. 4 screws you unplug. There's no giant. What would be the purpose of a giant porthole under the tank that you can climb into?
I don't know.
Doesn't exist. And then my boss goes, "Oh, come on, it's a TV show." I'm like, "Wait, hold on now." By the way, I don't believe the whole military would just up and disappear and leave helicopters sitting in the middle of the city. You know what I mean? Like they would just nuke the city. And what kind of guy like sees all these cars exiting town and he just keeps going? You know what I mean?
He's got to find his family, Rob.
I don't know, man. He sat there. He's like, He made a pact with that horse, and he let the horse get eaten alive. Fucker. I don't like the show.
Rob's an animal fan, so
Yeah, I am. The horse didn't do nothing. You just leave him in the fucking farm. I thought he was gonna take him to those people in the fucking that are sitting around in the motorhome and shit. He took the horse to the one place, dude. It's a long trail. It's like when Dorothy sees the fucking Wizard of Oz way in the background. Like, there's a lot of cars trying to get the fuck out of that town. Like, why would you go?
I had something to say, and you off track me.
That is fucking the world's stupidest cop, dude. Like,
Oh, I caught up and watched the last 4 episodes of Arrow. It's disappointing to me. I was like, one, the whole story with that family, that's gone on way too long. Because whatever.
I told you these fucking shows have way too many episodes, bro. You know? They could have done this whole series in half the fucking time. This shit's just getting drug out.
It's
That,
boring.
well, that was my whole thing. Like every time they cut back to the China thing, I'm like, well, then okay, now they're gonna go. He's gonna rescue that guy, and this is how they. No, there's more. You know.
Yeah.
Then they get captured again, and now there's a fucking like, dude. These guys were like the East Continent Avengers. You know what I mean? Like they're like the Asian Avengers, dude. Just they're breaking up military government coup shit and saving fucking
Stopping
viral
mass
attacks.
chemical warfare.
Like they did more than Ethan Hunt did in Mission Impossible 3, dude. Like,
yeah. And then Iron Man, Adam, that whole thing, and she's still in love with Arrow, so he gets to knock one out one more time. And
I thought we were done with that.
I know. That made me. I was like, really? I was like, really? She couldn't just be with the Atom and he can find some new girl. I'm like, they got to really drum up this whole, oh, you're still in love with him and he's okay with it. I would have liked him to be like, you know what? I'm not okay with this. No, you can't take my jet. No. No. And then this is why I stopped watching it. 3-4 episodes ago, I'm just like,
Yeah, but see, Arrow's not doing anything now it didn't do to bother me the first time I watched it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you're just seeing what I saw the first time I watched it. When I go, oh, that fucking show. But it has this, yeah, it has this, but then there's, hey, I just trained all day and fought some crime. Let's go get a fucking belly burger. Now we switch to the CW show. I'm like, I don't care. Just kill all these people. Like, dragging the show down. So they need to bring back Deathstroke.
I was just gonna say I really love the Deathstroke stuff.
Yeah. That guy is awesome.
He
just walked in and started killing people. I'm like, thank you. Now kill this guy. Thank you.
Right.
Now kill that guy. Awesome. Just keeps killing people. It's my boy. Just take care of shit.
Yes.
All right, so that's what I'll do. And I'll be honest, folks, it's not going to be fun coloring this thing.
I like the red.
Yeah, well, I want more than just 3 little glimmers of it on this piece. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm thinking even this will have to have it.
What about the one on his neck brace?
What, this stuff?
Yeah, all that around that.
What would be the point? What, like this?
Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was
thinking. That doesn't sound creepy.
No.
Yeah, I like the color that shit right there. Hey,
yeah, put that in. Put that in.
Yeah, you're gonna use an RO5.
You're an asshole.
Salmon. You're gonna use salmon.
This is why I disappeared.
You think you might use a little blender on that?
You tell me to come back in. You tell me to come back on, and then shit I get.
Yeah, you come back on for this. This is why people look. We got a lot of viewers. When I start bagging on you, we get 5, 10, 15.
What about the Attack on Titan canister behind him? You want to put some red on that?
That's from not Attack on Titan. That's from fucking Prophet. Go look at the Stephen Platt covers. You want me to show you? You don't believe me?
I trust you. I believe you.
I'll bust the shit out, dog.
You want to add some red to it though, on the stripe?
No, I don't.
All right, you said need more red. I was just throwing out options. I'm not an artist.
I already threw red in there. Now you're just fucking gunking it up.
What about on his arm? His arm guards. Those slots,
what about it?
Those slots could use some red.
Really?
Maybe every other knuckle.
See? See, like right here?
Where'd you have that? Was it just like on your lap?
Huh? I have this. Yeah.
Like you didn't.
It's in my. Huh? Because I'm a real fan, bro. All right,
Where was that? Was that like
that's
in your
Overstreet
shirt?
fan, dude. That's not even Wizard. That's fan
I know,
issue
but
3. Huh?
where did you have that? You're
It's
at
on
your
my
art
shelf right
desk.
next to my Wizard issue 0, dude.
So
Straight from Comic Con.
you quickly got up, grabbed it, and got back down.
Yeah, I got it
You're
on
like,
the shelf. I know right where it's at.
you're like, I'm gonna show him this shit.
And my shit's actually organized, bro.
Oh shit.
That's how I roll.
TV now. Do they really have knives like that, or do you just make it like that?
Who?
The knives in his hands, are there really knives like that with
Yeah,
those?
he has them in the movie.
I don't
It's a
remember.
dashio and that's a katana.
Hmm.
I mean, fuck,
I meant with the
serrated edges. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't pay attention to knives or guns, so I don't ever. When people are like, "Oh, that's the blah blah blah
I couldn't
gun," I'm
fucking
like,
tell. I just looked at some props and I'm like, oh look, he's close enough.
gotcha.
If you look at the one from the comics, it's all just stupid swords. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't look to comics for weapon design. Like, and then again, I just showed you the profit reference, so I guess I'm full of shit. I can look to really absurd comics for weapons design. Like, modern comics are boring. How about that?
All right.
Yeah, well, I think this will do it. Color guide, pretty easy this time, I think. You know, the question is just how much of this stuff do I like? What's dark compared to light? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my C3? So like, this should be light, and this should be, and these, this, 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 that, and these belts, this, 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 that, this, that, this stuff, that, these little footy things. There, that, there, that, there. And like that. And then the other parts will be super dark. And if the contrast is a little off, you can always go darker. So, and then once I add the white highlights, I'll be able to bring a lot of those little details back in. Dude, I can't find this guy who commissioned this piece. I've emailed him 100 times, dude. And I went on a Kickstarter, can't find him. This Chrono Trigger dude, Magnus,
Mm-hmm.
Magus or whatever. Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
for 6. Once I got it back from Josh, I'm like, what the? I couldn't get this guy. It's just he spent the money. I can't find him. It's like, dude. All right, Copic guide is complete. So I will start Copicing this up Monday night after we go over your Rev 2. Your Rev 2.
Sure.
All right. So what am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow night after 8 o'clock, I'll be streaming. Tomorrow in the morning, I have to help out with some stuff for my buddy's wedding, and then mid-afternoon, I have to help out my other buddy with his Kickstarter. He's gonna do a game, and he wants my advice, and I have to go over there and help him with that for a few hours, and then I'm gonna come back and work on Game Cave. I'm gonna work on the layout for Battletoads for the Game Boy, so that'll be fun. You gonna be around tomorrow night?
What time?
Say 8-ish, 9,
I have my
9 to 2.
maybe maybe a little later. I got my friend is going to graduate school, so we're taking him to dinner.
All right, well, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, thanks for hanging out, folks. I'll see you again. I'll hit you up on the Skype, Brandon. All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.